The Samsung Galaxy S5 is one of the most hotly anticipated smartphones of the year and one of the most feature-packed devices on the planet. Now, Galaxy smartphones are known for going big when it comes to screens, specs and software tricks, and the S5 is no different. But the small stuff can be just as exciting as those headline features, and that's exactly what Samsung needs to get right if it wants to be the best. Now, if there's one obvious way that Samsung still trails behind its rivals, it's in the design department. So Samsung's chucked in a dimpled polycarbonate back panel and metal look ridges, making this the grippiest Galaxy yet. And while some may be fans of its styling, next to the impressively engineered LG G2 and HTC One M8, it looks a generation behind. That back also vibrates fairly vigorously when you crank up the volume, which isn't something you'd expect from a high-end flagship. But there is function to this form. The S5 is IP67 certified, so waterproof to a depth of 1 meter for up to 30 minutes. Then there's that stunning 5.1-inch Full HD Super AMOLED display, which is bright, sharp, easy to read outdoors with wonderfully vibrant colours and excellent viewing angles. And Samsung's Adapt Display setting automatically switches mode depending on what you're doing. So dynamic mode to make home and lock screens really pop, and cinema mode for more natural shades for movies. The S5 also impresses in the camera department with seriously quick autofocus, a 16-megapixel sensor that captures accurate colours, good contrast and masses of detail when used outdoors in good light, and an impressive live HDR mode. Indoor shots aren't as impressive, and in low light it's comfortably beaten by the night vision of the One M8 and G2, but zooming in on landscape shots looks good, and selective focus will come in handy, offering near, far and pan focus after you've taken the shot. Although unlike on the HTC, which has an added depth sensor, the mode has to be selected before you start snapping. The camera app itself has been simplified too, but Samsung's ditched its night mode altogether and suggests the new picture stabilization mode for low light shots. As for video, the S5 joins the Note 3 by being able to shoot 4K footage, which is smooth and looks as crisp as the screen you're viewing it on will allow, but in most cases, the excellent Full HD footage will do. The user-friendly TouchWiz UI looks great, with tweaked icons which look simple and fresh, and core apps such as the S Planner calendar are now a lot cleaner. Bloatware has been kept to a minimum too, so Samsung downloads and free subscriptions are now found in the Galaxy Essentials and Galaxy Gifts widgets. It's then up to you which you install and which you ignore. Now, using the S5 can feel a tad overwhelming. The settings menu, for example, is somewhat overstocked with options, but all the familiar Samsung innovations are here if you want them, including last year's motion gestures. The big addition, however, is My Magazine, a Flipboard-powered stream of images and links to news, providing a lively way to jump into the events of the day. And if you want to make the move to the S5 from an iOS or Android device, Samsung has made it really easy with Samsung Smart Switch. Now, fitness is obviously part of Samsung's big picture, so heart rate tracking has been added to the redesigned S Health app, which already boasts a pedometer, exercise and food tracking sections. And it's quick to take readings too, requiring only a finger press to the sensor, and it's very, very accurate. And there's more phone fondling to be done with its awesome fingerprint scanner. The implementation isn't as slick as Apple's, but you can use it to pay for Samsung apps, authorize PayPal transactions and access private files. And when it comes to speed, the S5 isn't quite as effortlessly fluid as the HTC One M8, but the extra grunt from Snapdragon's 2.5 GHz 801 processor and the 2 GB of RAM means moving through the UI is as lag-free as we've seen from a Samsung. Downloads are already ridiculously fast thanks to MIMO Wi-Fi, but things get even quicker with Samsung's Download Booster, which uses both Wi-Fi and 4G to increase download speeds. And finally, battery life on the S5 is strong, lasting till the end of the day, and the new ultra power saving mode, which limits the phone to a small selection of apps and changes the screen to grayscale, will come in handy. That's enough to see 30% of battery last 3 days, while 4% will get you half an hour before conking out. That battery is also swappable, which is where you'll find the micro SD card slot for up to 128 GB of extra storage. So the S5 has plenty to boast about: a gorgeous screen, superb camera, multi-window functionality, fingerprint scanning, a tweaked build, and much cleaner user interface. And while it does everything you'd expect from a 2014 flagship, it doesn't quite go above and beyond to the same extent as the HTC One M8, which is a lot slicker and a lot more stylish. Now, if you are a Samsung fan, there's no reason to be disappointed. The S5 is only inches away from greatness. The only problem is its competitors are a lot closer.